What's going on?
Hey, what's going
What up?
on?
What they do? What they do?
Man, what's going on, fellas, man? I'm so glad that it's Saturday that I'm on here again with my brothers, man. Dre, I appreciate you like always, man, rocking it out with me up here. And man, I'm so thankful, man, and privileged, to have our special guest, man, one of our future role players on this podcast with us, brother, man. Big Dak McDonald in the house, all the way from Tampa, Florida.
Oh,
Going back.
What's up, man? What's up, fellas? Hey, I appreciate you guys having me on. Hey, I'm enjoying this, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. And then for those of y'all who've been checking us out, uh, I'm coming at you guys right now, currently live from El Paso, Texas. I'm out here on some business, but I'm repping Virginia strong. But I live out in North Carolina, so for those of y'all who's in North Carolina area, definitely shouts out. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if you guys want to link up. We can definitely do that. And then obviously we got my big brother Dre. All right, coming at you guys live and direct from P Town, VA. Two up, two down. But
man.
Go ahead, Dre. Tell them what city you repping.
I rep Bronx, New York, my brother. I live in P Town, Virginia, though. You was trying to set me up for that one. That's all right, though.
Yeah. I had to throw the alley, you know what I'm saying?
Alley, you.
Hey, fellas. So what's that?
It's a pleasure to be aboard.
Yes, sir. So you know how we get this thing started. We always got to do it the right way. Obviously, coronavirus is keeping us separated. We got to keep that social distancing. I know they opening up a lot of places, but yet, distance as well keeps us from being together like we want to be. So without further ado, what I'm saying? Let's just do this thing right, get this thing started. We're gonna go ahead and do this virtual day. So y'all know how we do it. All right. All right. So without further ado, man, we're gonna go ahead and jump into this. We're gonna keep this a little bit shorter than we have in the past. We're gonna try to keep this down to about 30 minutes, fellas. But we definitely want to go ahead and spit some bars on this talk, man, on this segment. And we're just gonna go ahead and get this thing started. So our topic today, fellas, is gonna be mentorship. Something that a lot of people take for granted, I think, nowadays, for years actually, but especially nowadays with everything that y'all see going on in the world, it's I don't, not to be too political or whatnot, or what all's going on in the world, but I'm sure y'all can understand, like, a lot of it has to do with the lack of education, the lack of essentially just having that brother in your corner. Um, like everything that's going on with the protesting. I to be honest, and this is just me. I definitely I condone the protesting. The protesting is good. It's just all the additional stuff that we've talked about throughout the week, the looting, the rioting, you know what I'm saying? Like all the violence that we, as a people are taking against, you know what I'm saying, first responders and the police and stuff like that. I'm like, come on, man, that's not the answer. But a lot of people are so in their ways and they don't want to listen to the mentorship. They just fueling their actions off of anger right now and hatred, towards I don't want to say a specific race, but it's a specific group of people, you know what I'm saying, police in general. And, I think this topic of mentorship is definitely important to talk about, especially with this, I guess you would call it a pandemic, you know what I'm saying? You call it pandemic as well right now, because it's out of hand right now, really out of hand. So before we go ahead and get you guys rolling, man, I just want to go ahead and throw these questions out. What we're going to talk about on the agenda is, what is mentorship to you guys? All right, so I definitely want to pose that question to you, to both Dre and Dak, and then also talk about as a mentor, because I know each one of us on here are actually mentors, and I know Dre, you do a lot of things out there in Virginia, but you still take it back home up top, and you do a lot of stuff for the younger generation out there, as well as even the middle age and older generation. You're still out there giving back, and then I definitely can't forget Dak over here. Yo, Dak is doing some amazing things out there in the Tampa Bay area, and this is something that Dak's been doing for I think it's like 18, almost 20 years now, right?
Yeah, ever since '01,
Wow.
been doing mentorship, man, long time.
Wow. A lot of
Yeah.
experience.
So Dak's been out there mentoring cats, man, for I'm talking years. So I definitely am so privileged to have him on the line today to talk about mentorship, what mentorship means to him. And as mentors, a question that I wanna pose to this as well. The second question we're gonna pose, and we're kind of just gonna run right into it, is as a mentor, how do you innovate that creative thought process with your mentees? So I definitely want to throw that out there to pose that question so that way we can talk about it. But hey, let's go ahead and jump into the first question, Dre, and then we'll kick it over to you, Dak. What is mentorship to you? Like your definition of mentorship?
One of the things I think when I think of mentorship, I think of somebody that's actually guiding you to help you make the right decisions. Especially in times like this, we need the leadership that's going to take us to the next level, right? When I first was born, my first mentor, of course, to me was my mother and my father. They guided me and allowed me to get to a certain point in life, and through that course, I was able to make some decisions that would allow me to make that allow me to make choices. Hopefully, not all of them were right, but most of them most of them were right. Unfortunately, some of them were wrong, but through the mentorship and people that came in my life, I was able to build off of that. So a mentorship, one thing they're going to do, right? They're going to remain focused, right? They're going to help you to remain focused through the storms of life, because life brings many storms, many trials, many errors, and you need somebody to help just push you over that, get you through that threshold. Um, that's what I think of when I think of mentorship. And they're also going to impact your life. They're going to be very impactful. I mean, it could be somebody that may be on the TV, maybe Les Brown or Grant Cardone or just depending on or Jim Rohn, or just a few people that I think of when I think of mentors. So I would think of them as leaders in some form or fashion. Oh,
Okay.
how about you?
Well, brother, actually, I agree with you 110% on that. When I think of mentorship, especially if you're trying to do something in life, say, for example, you're trying to get into a certain type of career, individuals that actually do it, they're going to be your mentor. You're actually going to get employed, and they're going to stick you with someone that's experienced. Majority of the time, they stick you with someone that's seasoned, been there a while, have been there, a part of the creative mind, and putting things together for the betterment of the company. That right there is a mentor. Even for that matter, going to spirituality, you need that elder or someone that can help you guide and show you the ropes, if you will, be able to answer questions. And in addition to what you're saying, push you to get you to drive and want to move forward, even when you fall down. Even when you feel like you can't get up, the mentor is going to be there to boost you, to encourage you, to even for that matter, help you up as you fall. And they're going to keep you there and help you to move on and move forward. To me, that's a good mentor, and not having anyone like that in your life, to me, it's like a dead end road, man. Really, like you're going to be self-destructing at the end of it. You're going to be self-destructing.
Find myself like a dog chasing its tail without a mentor. It doesn't matter what part of life I'm trying to get into. Man, every time I did not have a mentor, I'd have to admit, man, I was definitely chasing my tail.
Right.
Pretty tight. And I'm sure many other people out there as well. They've done the same thing. Leadership matters. Where you get your nuggets from matters. Just make sure you're picking the right ones.
Right. And you know what? That's one of the keys on picking a mentor.
So,
right?
So I know. Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Dak. Go ahead.
Oh, no, okay. I was for you to say something. I'm sorry. So yeah, I was saying that picking the right mentorship is mentor, if you will, is definitely key. Looking at how they do things that you are looking to do. how they orchestrate their life, how they do their family, and all those different things. The job that they do they cut corners? You know, do they do it right? Do they have step? All that type of stuff. You know, definitely for sure. When you're coming upon, you know, finding a mentor, you want to have that right person.
That's right. I agree.
Totally. And you know, we talked about this. We talked a couple of weeks back. I know Dre had hit it. I think maybe 2 weeks ago. And we talked about, you know, how do you find a mentor? How do you find somebody that you're willing to trust and listen and take that that guidance from? And we talked about it, your track record. So you pretty much just broke it down, Dak. You know what I'm saying? Yo, how's his family? His or family life? You know, what's their spirituality looking like? You know, they might have millions, but if they out here talking reckless, and you know, we're not gonna call no names on nobody who does that, you know. But we know one person specifically that has a lot of money, that has a powerful position, but he's reckless.
Right.
And like I said, not to be political, but like that's a way that, just like Dak brought up, you got to look at not just the money. You know, yeah, they might have the cars, the cribs that we like,
right?
But what's their morals? You know, what's their foundations built on? You know, kind of like I know J-Mon has said it a few weeks back as well. What's their why? What is their why? We know the what, but what's their why?
Right.
You know, so I definitely agree with you guys. So like, definition of mentorship, I really, without trying to piggyback off what y'all pretty much broke down what it is to me. But essentially, just to summarize what you guys said, hey, pulling somebody, mentorship for me is, as me being a mentor, for me to be a mentor, I have to be able to reach back to somebody, like you said, Dak, who's I don't want to say down and out, but somebody who might not necessarily be where I'm at, you know, as I've been able and successful as I've been able to become, and just come and pull them up. It doesn't matter if they're just a little bit, you know what I'm saying, unsuccessful, or if they're a whole lot unsuccessful. You know, you always reach back and pull them up to where you are, if not better than you. So that's a simplified version of mentorship.
Great.
Just being able to take guidance, especially like say, you know, what you said resonates. I was lost. I've been so lost. I tried to figure stuff out on my own. Like, oh, I got this. And when I don't take that mentorship, I see my life going completely off the track.
Yeah. Dog chase detail. You know what? You know, one of the key things I think when I think of mentorship, in life, right? You try to find yourself going in a certain direction. However, the people that may be in front of you, they may not be right. So what I've done, and I always, a few years ago, back in 2003, 2004, I started getting into mindset, things that related to where I wanted to go, where I wanted to be, how I acted, something. You know, I used to be in the military for 9 years, right? One of the things I didn't even catch it when it happened, but we would go to work. As soon as we would walk up that brow, get onto that ship, why are we complaining about the jobs that we have because we have to get up a certain time in the morning? We have to drag our feet. We're complaining. I read this book called The Magic of Thinking Big, and that was the very first book that opened my mind and eyes up to what even I was doing, and I didn't even know I was doing it. I didn't think it was wrong. But that mentorship that I got from that book, or the person that introduced me to that book, showed me that, hey, look, just the simple part about waking up in the morning and just saying, hey, I feel good. I feel great. I feel wonderful. Everything is great. Now, you might feel crappy on the inside, but just for the simple fact that you're saying that and you're around people saying that, you project an aura, an energy. That mentorship gave me that. I would have never had that. It led me to the path that now I'm having a conversation with you, and it led me to be a mentor to others. A mentor is going to give you some energy. It's a certain kind of energy that connects you to. It's powerful. And over the years, I found mine over the internet, quite honestly, because to the right and left of me, you know, they weren't helping me. They weren't getting me to where my spirit said I needed to go. God wanted me to go somewhere else. God took me to another place. Now I have millionaire mentorship, right? When I say millionaire, it doesn't mean money. I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about the value that they bring to my life and those that are around me. You know, my wife, my kids, my friends, so forth. You know.
Right. I say, you know, when you are, you know, as a person, if you're a person that's actually trying to find that mentor, one, the first thing you need to do is see if you and that mentor can come together and have that connection. That's the first thing, because you got to be able to feel that vibe. You got to be able to take from that person. True enough, this person may be a great mentor. And there are a lot of great mentors out there. But can those particular mentors be able to mentor you and you receive from them? That's one of the things that you have to think about as a person, because how effective is their mentorship going to be if you can't receive from them, if you can't understand where they're coming from, if you can't, you know, receive the knowledge and the experience and the things that they're trying to put out and project to you and pour into you. If you can't receive it, then the mentorship is not effective. So I would say anybody that's actually trying to find someone, if you will, to be a mentor to you, make sure that you can have that person that you can connect with, so it can be effective mentorship.
I agree.
Right. And definitely, you know, make sure you keep in contact. Big thing, keep in contact with them. You know, like so many times we ask for a mentor, we get the mentor. We don't want to listen to the guidance because, like, yo, that doesn't sound like me. That's not how I move. But yo, you asked for my mentorship, you know, not the other way around. So you asked for it. Now let me go ahead and help you. So
That's
definitely
right.
take the mentorship and stay with me. And I think that's another thing. Like, you know, Dak, I know you're real successful. You're doing big things out there in the community. But if I were to come to you and be like, hey, brother, hey, man, I'm really interested in seeing what all you're doing, because I see you doing this, I see you doing that. What do you got going on? Then you start telling me, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then I kind of completely like dismiss it. I'm like, then you gonna look at me some type of way and be like, yo, this brother not serious. Like that's just a waste of my time. And I think we do that too often in the community, where we want the mentorship, but I feel like we don't know how to be, as the mentee, we don't know how to be mentored. We're not coachable, you know, and we're not open for it. So it's like I might say I'm ready for it, but I'm not. So that kind of draws into like the next question. You know, when y'all get that person, you know, how do you, for lack of a better word, how do you guys keep them gelled, you know what I'm saying, on track with what you got, where you guys are trying to get that person to? You know, how do you continue to make their minds and their thought process to get them from here up here? How do you elevate them?
Well, I give an example of what I do. I'm currently a educator for Veteran Affairs, VA Hospital. And basically what I do is that twice a year, I actually train new individuals to be trainers. So, and what they do is that we go around and we actually train all the facilities, over 6,000 staff. So these new trainers that I actually have to train, first of all, I actually go over a training session and actually teach them verbatim on how to actually teach the material and to train the material. And then what I do afterwards is at the end of the week, after they have taken notes and they've asked their questions, then we do a teach back. They have to teach me what I just taught them. And then from that point, and from that point, what we do is that we have a coaching session afterwards. And we talk about and discuss on areas that they have done great in and areas that they can improve in. And being that this person is desiring so much to, you know, relay the same information that they were just being taught, they want to make sure that they are effective. You know, they want to make sure it's effective, and they want to make sure that, you know, individuals that they're teaching it to, they're able to grasp the information. So them actually taking what I'm actually, you know, trying to stir them in a certain direction and trying to teach them, it helps to be able to gel that person to where it make it all come together.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think continually to follow up, you know, or with whoever you're mentoring. All right, as a mentor, I look for my mentor to just contact me every now and then, recognize that, hey man, I may be new to this, you know, because you want to develop a genuine relationship as much as possible. Of course, you got to screen people as you go along, but you know, you don't want to invite everybody to your temple, so to say, but you want to make sure that you're giving your information and it's really being received. You're kind of like when I think of a mentor, I think of a parent, right? So as a parent, I want to guide my kids. I want to give them as much love and as much information as possible. Now, as a mentor, sometimes you may have to pull back some because some people are hardened and they'll take advantage. Quite honestly, they'll take advantage of you. But you know, I think you should have a bit of a curriculum. Have some sort of curriculum, some accountability, excuse me. Have some accountability with
like a game plan.
huh? Can you hear me?
Like a game plan. When you speak curriculum, you talking like a game plan.
Absolutely.
Right.
You gotta have a game plan because you can't just go in there and say, "Hey, man, I'm gonna fix the problem." Well, first you want to find out what that person's problem is. You just don't want to shooting your shot all over the place and not correcting, or the person's not getting what they came for. I mean, as a person that has been mentored too, that's what I'm looking for. You know.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I mean, you know, there's going to be times that you're going to have what I call gut moment, where you're actually following up with the person and, you know, see how they're developing, see how they're going on, see how they're actually grabbing what you're trying to, you know, convey to them and what you're trying to pour into them, to see if they're even, for that matter, able to recite it, you know, which is so important to see if your mentorship is effective. And then also that's the time to where you check yourself to see if how you're actually trying to steer this person in a certain direction. Are they getting it? Are they understanding? You know, so all those things play a factor.
Absolutely. Definitely want to make sure that they get it.
Yeah.
You know, steering people in the right direction. You know, that's one of the things I look for when
Yeah.
I
Hey, so I don't know if you guys can hear. I know my service is going in and out. Can y'all hear me still?
Yeah, yeah, it's going in and out a little bit.
Yeah.
You're a bit froze right now.
Yeah, man. It's that whole hell Wi-Fi, man.
All right, man. It's all right.
At
Right.
least it froze with a good decent face on.
Hey, so I definitely did hear y'all though. And you know, kind of, I'm a elaborate a little bit on what you said, Dre, about being a mentor is almost like being a parent. You know, I definitely agree with that but I agree, but I don't, because you know, as parents, as parents, we be tearing up our kids sometimes. You know what I'm saying? At least if you grew up the way we grew up back in the day. I don't know if they do too many whippings nowadays. But you can't obviously whoop your mentees. But
well, there's a different way of doing that. There's a way of doing that without the belt, of course.
Right. But it reminds me, like you said, when you said like a parent, right? It reminds me of Will Smith, and you know where I'm about to go. Parents
Uncle
understand,
Phil.
right? And it's almost like that. It's almost like that when you dealing with a mentee, right? A mentee will look at you like, "Yo, Dre, you're successful, brother. Like, you just don't understand the struggles that I'm going through. Yo, you're so far gone and so far removed from the days living in the hood or living with the struggles I'm going through. You don't understand." And you just sit back, just smile, be like, "Yo, youngster, you just don't know." Or like how Pops probably used to say it, "Hey, young blood, you just don't even know." You don't even know.
You never know the footsteps of a man that came before you.
Right. And I think as that, if you want to be, this goes for parenting too, in my opinion, you know, as a mentor, as a parent, I feel like there has to be some level, right? And this goes for the person that's looking for a mentor. I have to find a person, and as the mentor, I have to be a person that's relatable, right? That's relatable. I don't necessarily have to sympathize, but I should be able to empathize with my mentee on whatever it is that they got going on, right?
Right.
Hey, you're living in a poverty environment, a neighborhood projects. You're going through some type of divorce. You're going through some type of whatever. You know what I'm saying? Spirituality issues. I have to be able to relate, and if I personally can't relate, I might not necessarily be the mentor for that person. I know a resource of who I can get to mentor that person. And I think that's I think the one of the strongest things that I heard from who did I hear that from? I heard it from um, Tony Robbins. I heard it from Tony Robbins, and he said that that's the key to being a mentor is you have to find relatability with your mentee. If you can't relate to them, then that's not your mentee. You need to give it up because you're not going to do anything for that person because it's going to be a headache more than it is a success story.
Right.
So I definitely, want to throw that out there. But, moving into going into that, I just definitely spoke about Tony Robbins, but, Tony, you got Tony Robbins out there. You got Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher. You got Bob Proctor. You got all these, all these, phenomenal, all these phenomenal mentors. You know what I'm saying? You got all these people out there that literally I could get on YouTube or I could go buy a book, right? And I can go that they give me. But a lot of times people don't want to. A lot of times we the game. All three of us on here, we read books, but most people don't like to read. Unfortunately, for everybody that's viewing, y'all need to pick up a book, man. Like straight up, there's no trying to circumvent the system if you can't pick up a book. But in the meantime, maybe you don't want funds for a book, but in the meantime, get with somebody that's willing to talk to you for free. Because Eric Thomas is going to charge you some stacks. Tony Robbins is going to charge you some stacks.
Absolutely.
But Dak, he's not going to charge you nothing. Ray, he's not going to charge you nothing.
I get game for free.
Ray might ask you to buy him a beef patty. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But other than that, we're not going to charge you. We simply looking for you to be successful, and that's it. So with that being said, what are the types of things that y'all are? You know what I'm saying? We all in the same community, in the same space. But tell a little bit on it of what you guys provide mentorship on, and how it's helped you guys as families and y'all's family dynamic.
All right. Well, at this time right now, what I provide is financial education, right? I teach people how to trade in foreign currency market and trade Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. I've learned over the years is that up in this educational system, a lot of us aren't being educated in business aspects. We don't know how to budget accordingly. We don't know about our 401ks. We don't know about these markets that many people have been exposed to. We don't know about stocks. We don't know about what is a forex market or the foreign exchange market. And quite honestly, I'm 44. I'm proud of my age. I might not look it, but I'm 44. So at 40 years old, I didn't know about the forex market. I didn't know about the foreign exchange market. But right now, fast forward, I've been in this for a bit over a year, and this is how I know you guys. We all are a part of that market. I didn't know it was a $6.7 trillion a day market. I didn't know I had accessibility. I didn't know all I needed was a phone. A phone would take me so far away from my 9 to 5. I left my job back in October last year. Fahad, I've been working since I've been 14 years old, and I have not had a job in almost a year, right? We've had COVID, we had people out of jobs, out of work, and for my phone, I've been able to provide for my house, right? Being able to put people in that space, in that environment, mentor them, guide them along, and let them, they trust you, take that seriously. I take that very seriously when a person says, "Hey, Dre, look, you got some information. Pour into me. Give me some, give me some game. What did you do? How did you get to this space? What is this thing that you're into that allows you to leave your job? You got wife, you got 5 kids, you got a grandchild, you got a house full of people. How are you doing these things?" Well, you know, I introduce people to a space that allow them to grow their income almost 10%. Quite honestly, and when you have information like that, now you become valuable. And then my mindset, you know, I tell people what books they should be reading. Yeah, great. Look, Fahad, you said one thing about you got a book. Information is being hidden in there. Go get it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can't get the book, go get Audible. $14.99 a month. It is worth it is worth it. Get a book, a free book a month, right? And increase your financial IQ. Increase your mentality. You know, and I give this information out. I pour it out. I don't want nothing in return. All I want you to do is take it and give it right back out to the universe.
Right.
The universe returns back what you give.
You know, Gray, I agree with you, bro. I mean, it makes me, when I hear this question, it makes me think back when my kids were, you know, 12 and 13, being a single father, you know, and of course, I mean, I raised my kids, and for years, you know, I was a single father trying to actually be an example. You know, I'm mentoring my kids, and I'm trying to actually show them by example, you know, lead by example, show them exactly on what they need to do in life, what to expect, and how to be able to handle it. You know, telling my daughter, hey, you know, you see what your father do. You should not have a man no less than what your father is exemplifying to you. And I tell my son, you know, look here. You see what your father's doing every day. You see how much I work. That's what you need to do. You need to hustle and get out there and grind too as well. You know, and now even with, you know, what I'm doing now in my current business and skills that I'm doing, you know, trading the Forex market, you know, I'm trying to actually show them a better way in life, you know, a better way to do things. You know, for years, I worked 16-hour days. And I mean, it was nothing for me to go to work Monday through Friday, you know, 11 p.m. to 4:30 in the afternoon the next day and get off work. That was nothing for me to do that. That was 5 days a week. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, made it do what it do, regardless. It's not making no excuses for the issues and things that I got going on in life. Either you're going to do it or you're not. You know, they don't have stepping in that. So, of course, that's what happened. And now teaching my children, you know, and others as well, if you want something in life, you got to fight for it. You got to want to go get it. You know, it's not going to be handed to you. I'm sorry. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. So either I'm going to get it by working at it or not. And this right here, this what we're doing, you know, trading the Forex market, this right here, I want it. I desire it. When I look at the growth chart, I analyze that thing and I look at it and I visualize it in my sleep. And I say, you know what? I want to make that bottom number. I'm going to do whatever I got to do. I'm not going to lose no sleep on not doing it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it do what it do. And that's what it's about at the end of the day. You got to have that desire and that fire to want it, to go get it, like go get it mentality. You know, you can't have it no other way.
That's right. You know, I noticed, I'm looking behind you, and when you said compound growth chart, I can't help but notice that compound growth chart looks like it's right back there. So you got your vision wall right behind you, so you can see it, I can see it. That makes me believe you. You believe what you're talking about. You believe to the heart. Oh, for how you just came back in. Yeah, that's what I do. You know, if it's if it's something that you want to achieve in life, I tell them put it on the wall. That's one of the first things they tell you. Get your own vision board, create a vision board. As a mentor, you should be passing that down the line. When you come, when my people come to my house, or my friends come to my house, my family come to my house, you go to my office right now, I got stuff all over the walls. I got Coach Wooden, UCLA's coach. I got his, got the name of it, but pyramid on the wall, certain phraseologies on my wall. I have things related to Forex all over my wall. I have my compound, I got my compound growth chart. I got my compensation chart up. All right, what is my next goal? Right?
Right.
Next goal is what's my next level? I need to have that up. When I wake up in the morning, I go in the bathroom. Actually, my wife, she got stickers. We got little stickies all over this house, man. You can't see it right now. But we got our goals on our walls. When we walk down the stairs, our goals are on the walls, on the refrigerators.
Right.
And sticky pads all over the place. But if it's anything that you want in life, you have to put it up. You have to post it. Because it's gonna feed your soul, it's gonna feed your spirit, it's gonna help. It's not the end, it's not the end all. You know.
You're absolutely right, bro. You are doing what you got to do.
Hey, can y'all hear me out there?
Yeah, I can hear you better now. You're breaking up just a little bit. There you go.
I don't know if y'all get
No,
I know
you're good now.
Service, I done moved from the hotel to outside.
Now you good, brother.
But
yeah, bro.
Hey,
Like
so the last thing I heard, Dre, was you was talking about you post everything that you do, you know, with Forward Exchange, you know, to let everybody know that what exactly are you doing to actually teach, not just also by the example, like, hey, look, this is what I want, so I post it everywhere so I can visualize it. Is that what I was getting from you?
Yes. Some things that I do also with my team, I might sit down with them, get them a call. Nowadays, since this COVID thing, everybody's on the Zoom calls or whatever service that you have. But we can do multi-streams, and I'll sit down and have conversations with them and get on the phone with them. Hey, look, man, what can I do to further your position? What is it that you're trying to achieve, right? Because what I may envision for you may not be what's for you. I know to see you go, but how can we help? How can we make the marriage? How can we make this magic happen? Right? And then we find some common ground, and then we build on that from there, right? But it happens through the conversations that we have to have. You can't just plug people into a system and tell them, hey, go. It does not work like that. You plug a person in the system, you have to baby step. One of our leaders, Pastor Carl, one of our leaders, Carl Wilkins, right? And Dr. Ch, they always tell us, Dr. Drew, they always tell us, man, these guys, they're new, they're like babies. You have to walk them through. You have to hold their hand a little bit. Right? When it comes to a certain time, you got to let them go because you got to teach them you're teaching them how to fish. Right? We're not giving fish. We don't give anything away, nothing. As you said, you hit it right on the head. You said this isn't something that is given. Right? It is something that is cultured, it's nurtured, developed, so then you can go out in the world and give it back out. Right?
I mean, you mentioned earlier about the growth chart that the compound growth chart that I have. Well, I mean, I actually have two different ones, as you can see behind me. One I'm actually working on right now, and the other one I actually periodically look at to remind me on what's my future goal.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? So I'm always going to keep my mind in the game and stay lit and stay focused. Okay, once I'm done with this, the next thing is this right here. And that's how you keep focused and you keep yourself hungry. You never have an empty plate. You always keep your plate full, and that way you always stay eating. That's how you get it. You don't get it no other way unless you keep on eating. You gotta stay in the game.
Right. Man don't work, and man don't eat.
Don't eat. Don't eat.
Nothing is given.
Don't eat. Exactly.
Going on for how you got you froze up over there. No. That Texas hotel, whatever hotel he's in.
Yeah. You need to not be there no more, brother.
You need Verizon or something. Whatever service they got, right? But yeah, man. You said you've been Fahad said you've been a mentor for what, 18 years, correct?
Yeah. So I actually worked in a juvenile facility for 18 years. I done worked anywhere where I've mentored boys, girls from the ages of 12 to the age of 20. And with the generation today, it is not an easy thing to mentor and to motivate their mindset to go the right direction. I see it like this. You know, kids that age, they really can't see past their nose. Bluntly speaking, they can't see past their nose for the most part. And even though you try to teach and get them to understand about a certain road they're going down, you know, I tell them, look, I've been down that road. All right, I've been down that road before. I know what the stores are. I know what stores are there. I know what the hours of operations are. I know what kind of stores are there. I've been there. I already been down that road. So you're not telling me something that I don't know. And what I'm trying to do is trying to tell you not to go down in that town right there, in no man's land right there. You don't want to go that route. I know where it is. I've been down there.
The players change, but the game remains. The players change, the game remains. My father used to tell me that when I was younger. He was right. Because it feels like that now. As of now, I'm a father. Now I have for my 5 children. Each of them have seen different stages of me as an adult, as a man, but they don't know me as the child. They may hear some things about it, totally different. And I operate off of what I know, what I've done. You know, my daughter got boyfriends. I don't trust them. But that's the experience. That's experience, and I relate that information to them. Hey, look, this is the reason why. And then they listen and they say, you know what, Dad, I understand.
Right.
And that's why. That's mentoring. See, we're mentoring to our children as well. You know, first and foremost, and mentoring those children, mentoring those kids out there in those streets, man. I got to give it to you, man. It's no joke, man. I got a young kid right now that I've been mentoring for a little bit over a year right now, and you know, he had some issues in school and wound up getting kicked out of school, and he had to go to a military school, and you know, he's like, look, he doesn't have a real stable father in his life, and his mother, you know, she's a hard worker, but they needed help, and I wasn't, you know, yeah, sure, I'll help, you know, I'll help. No, that's what I believe God put me here for a reason, to pour back and give back information and help people that they don't have. My kids are fortunate to have a parent, 2 parents, 2 parents in the household. Many people aren't. Most of my friends, I can count on one hand in my lifetime who's had a mother and father in their household to this day. So, you know, we pour back, whether it's in our own households, whether it's out there in those streets, whether it's in our own individual teams, work-wise. To be a mentor is a heavy role because your reputation, of course, you want it to be solid.
Right.
You know?
Bro, you're right with that. You know, I mean, you know, sometimes I was thinking about something that you were saying, and when it comes to mentoring, sometimes, in some cases, you may want to. Sometimes, as a mentor, you may sugarcoat things, you know, to try to help the person. But to be quite honest with you, you got to give them the honest truth. Matter of fact, somebody heard from somebody a long time ago. They said that you got to give them the butt-naked truth and get them to understand the real what they're dealing with what's going on. They got to see it. They got to understand. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? If they don't, I mean, they're gonna learn it on their own, or they may better yet learn it the wrong way. You know, and you know, you mentioned something about, you know, kids and whatnot. I mean, yeah, I think about how I talk to my daughter, and I had to tell my daughter something, you know, straight up. This is what to expect if you do this. This is how it's going to go down if you do this. And just being as blunt as I possibly can be, even if, you know, this is almost as though I'm talking to another adult. Because you have to. Yeah, you have to. because if they don't understand it when you're talking to them, they're gonna find it somewhere else, and they can find it the wrong way.
You know what? You know, and I'm glad you hit on that, because I'm thinking about what's going on today, what's going on in the world at this point right now. People out there protesting, they're rioting, they're upset. Got these police brutality things that's happening in the world. Cars are getting lynched, precincts are getting bombed, neighborhoods are getting trashed. You got to give it to them cold, man.
Yeah.
These officers roll up on you. Think about what you get ready to do, because they'll cuff you, stuff you, and if you're resisting, man, you're just giving them more fuel sometime.
That's it.
Giving them more fuel, and pow. I watched something yesterday, and it was so disturbing. Seeing this young boy, he was struggling with these two officers. Now, these guys are big. This had to be in a city environment, like a New York or Chicago environment. Right? Young boy struggling, they have him on the ground. One of these big cops just pull out. Why he pull his weapon out, and all you hear is pop, and the kid just lays limp. They roll him over, cuff him. Why'd you make me do that? That's what the cop said. But the guy recording it the whole time, and the way I'm seeing it, there's no way in the world. He didn't have to reach for that. That boy. Hey, look, man. Look, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot going on here in the world. Be careful. Be careful. You know what's going to change? This is what my mentor told me last night. This is what's going to change things. And this is what a mentor is going to tell you. You know what's going to change the game? Protesting helps change the game. Rioting, it's not really going to solve anything, because you're destroying your own environment. Yeah, they'll fix the stores, they'll bring it back, but guess what? I'm in the real estate business, right? This is what's going to happen. They're going to destroy the neighborhood. A company's not going to want to bring it back. That mom and pop store is not going to come back. That apartment building is not going to come back. They're going to wait till the environment gets devalued. They're going to buy it for pennies on the dollar, right? They're going to buy it for pennies on the dollar. They're going to renovate it and bring it back up. Except when they bring it back up, they're going to gentrify it. So the people that look like you, they're no longer there anymore.
Move you out.
No longer there. Yeah, they got money to bring it back, but you may not be back in that environment. So we have to protect our environments. We have to learn how to police our own environments. And we have to learn how to make money. This is what my mentor told me. Stroke a check. Get behind the politics of it. Get into the legislations. This is what a mentor is going to tell you. You want to protest? Fine. What those guys did back in the 60s and 70s when they were protesting, eventually they got into the powers. They got to become the powers that be, like the Bernie Sanders. He was a protester. Whether you like him or not, they started somewhere.
Right.
Got into the legislations. They changed laws. They made change. That's how they made change happen. Martin Luther King, they were protesting, but best believe if he lived long enough, he would have been in the politics of things. He was already there. Al Sharpton, the politics of things, started out protesting, right? Whether you like them or not, they put money behind that hustle.
Right.
The vehicle that we have in the Forex market allows us to do that. We don't have to wait for, I don't care what color you are, white, black, Puerto Rican, male, woman, whatever. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Asian, it does not matter. But if you got money, it changes the dynamics of how things are, the outcome. You protest for a little bit, but money is going to keep that engine flowing. So this is what one mentor wants to say to those that are listening right now, out there listening, need some guidance. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in a Forex market. We're here to guide you, to help educate you, to stimulate your mind, to help you put vision walls in the back of your in your room, in your environments. There's a reason why we do these things, right? So, I don't want to be too long-winded, because I can go on a tangent, but man, this is the reason why we have real men, real stories, real triumphs in our culture talk. We're talking about our culture, what's going on right now, We done moved past one epidemic, moved into a pandemic, and then moved into a whole new, I don't even know what you want to call this right now. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The year is not over. Dak, the year is not even over. But I'm building you and I, we're building our bank up, because we're going to put our money behind the agendas of these younger people that are coming up.
Right.
These people that are going to make change. These young people that are coming up, they're going to be the ones that make change. They need to know how to do it.
Yep.
Money.
You got to do it.
Money helps. I mean, it's not the end all. It's not the end all. It doesn't, you know, but it's the next best thing to air. I'll tell you that.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, brother. I mean, I ever since I have gotten in this, you know, it has been the smartest, best decision that I've made in such a long time, you know, and, you know, trying to, you know, show and understand, get others to understand, and look, you got to lock in your future. What are you doing to lock it in? To lock in a good, solid foundation for your future. What I mean by future, I'm talking about when you get 60, 70, 80, 90 years old. Trust and believe, things change all the time. I mean, don't depend on Social Security. They can take it away. Retirement, they can take it away. It can get lost. It can get lost. So you have to lock in your future. What are you doing to make sure that your future is locked solid to where you're doing and be able to get what you want? You have to think about that thing. And there's going to be certain things that you're going to be able to do and capable of do in order to lock down that future. This right here, what we're doing, this is the way that you lock down your future. This is the way that you lock down your future. These charts are not up just to hold up the wall. Those charts are up to show me and to guide me on my next step. What I'm doing presently and what I got to do tomorrow. Real talk. And that's what you got to think about, because again, I'm gonna keep saying it. It's never gonna change. It's not gonna be handed to you. You got to get it yourself.
No, that's right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna wrap this call up a little bit. Hey, Dak, man, I appreciate you. Our brother Fahad, he had some issues with communication. That's all right. It's all right. He's here. He's here with us in spirit. I want to say. And thank you for the information, man. Thank you for coming aboard. I mean, man, I look forward to really meeting you one-on-one and building with you. I can't wait till they start opening up these coliseums so we can have these really big venues when us traders really get together and love up on each other, and we get to really see how big this Forex market really is, you know, worldwide, you know, changing lives worldwide, before I begin, ladies and gentlemen, we got a project. It's called Project Freedom. Right now, we're getting ready to have a session in a little bit. Just leave a comment down below. If you're interested and it sounds like it makes sense to you, leave a comment in the inbox down below. We would love to partner with you and show you some information that it definitely, I know, will change your life. This is a game changer. There's no smoke screens, no games, no gimmicks. Again, as the title goes, real men telling real stories with real triumphs, and coming with real solutions. All right. Big Dak, you want to leave some information before you go?
Yes. So definitely for sure, chime in on this website. Get back with the person that might have shared this video with you. As well as our mentors too as well. Tie in and get locked in with what we're teaching here and what's available. This is not hard. This is easy. It really is. You just have to give it a try, and if, what do you have to lose at the end of the day? That's the question that I ask you. What in the world do you have to lose at the end of the day? So definitely for sure, get tied in, get locked into that. Absolutely.
All right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say thank you, Pastor Carl Wilkins and Angela Wilkins. Thank you for allowing us to have this culture talk moment. Go ahead and go to www.dripnationinvestors.com and just leave some information. Again, that's www.dripnationinvestors.com, and just leave some information in the email and administrators will definitely get back in contact with you. You guys have a great evening. We look forward to partnering with you, and we're here, brother.
All right. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you having me, man. Appreciate you
Stay
having
solid,
me.
my brother. Stay solid. Y'all guys.
God bless.